They just took an extra. Allow me to play devil's advocate for a second.
He wants smoke. I'll bring the matches.
When it comes to pop culture and fun, we're the whole meal.
Welcome to Side Dish. You know, happy 48-hour Friday. I go by the name of Headkrack, and we have the lovely, talented Claudia Jordan in the building, along with my guy Tanner Thomason. We form this Voltron and do this show for you guys every night. How the hell are you?
We're good. How you doing? Y'all good?
I'm good, man. Like so close to the weekend, you can almost taste it.
Speaking of taste,
I taste it with my hands.
Speaking of taste, I feel like my massage therapist today at this resort was trying to taste me. She was getting a little too friendly. I'm like, are you supposed to be rubbing like right here? I just felt like it was weird, but it was really a good massage. So
like in the middle, and was it, when you say get a taste, was she using her hands or
her hand? She didn't touch the titty, but she came like I never like going right here. I'm like, there's not a muscle. It's like sternum. It's like she was. I feel like she was like testing me. We did tip her well.
All right.
Okay.
I think I was molested today. I'm not sure, but it was fun.
Would you go back like while you were still there?
Yeah, but she got to at least call me afterwards. Or at least hit me on Instagram. Call me on Instagram.
All right. Man. Yeah.
Yeah, my day wasn't as cool as yours. So
Hey, wait, hold up. Let me get into this real quick. Birthday girl Lauren, 1987. Is that your real account name? She says, I am pre-gaming. It's my birthday today. Need a shout out from Headkrack, Tanner, and Claudia. Happy birthday, Lauren.
Happy birthday. Turn up. Get you a massage and get yourself felt up.
Yeah, I think I heard somebody say like when they do something crazy to a lady at the massage place, they'd be like, "Do you want the baby to cry? You want to make the baby cry?" I think.
Whoa, that's
that's what somebody told me that the lady said to her, and it was just like, okay.
Oh, that's what someone told you.
No, not me. No, it was a girl who went and like the masseuse was kind of like handsy like yours was, and she was like, "Yo, you want me to make the baby cry?" And she didn't know how to answer that. I think I think the baby cried.
This is the second time this has happened. Once in a late night 24-hour spot in New York, but we had no business being there.
Gotcha.
Wow.
I was talking to my best friend Annie today. Like we're sitting around eating like whatever fruit, and then we were talking. And we were like talking about our stories, and we were like, I got to get this book written because there was a lot of stories. We were like, yeah, and then remember, and I'm like, damn, it would be a good. Anyways. Stay tuned. We'll release early parts of it on our Patreon, right? Our Patreon.
Yeah.
I Dish After Dark.
Mm-hmm. Yo, HK and I will volunteer to do some dramatic readings.
Oh my God, I would love for you guys to do that. That would be hilarious.
I get a kick out of that sort of thing. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's get into this. He had just one job, and that was the coach of the University of Michigan's football team. But now 39-year-old Sharon Moore has lost his job, the rest of his $12 million contract, and has been arrested. Let me tell you what happened. Now, yesterday, the University of Michigan fired the head coach because of an alleged inappropriate relationship with a staffer, which goes against their code of ethics. Now, a few hours later, the coach got arrested near the stadium for an alleged assault. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, now the rest of the story gets a little bit murky, and this is all alleged. Now, allegedly, our Asian friend, online reports say the married coach was having an affair with his executive assistant, Paige Shiver. And, she allegedly recently revealed that Sharon that she was pregnant. Definitely fits the description. An anonymous tip revealed that the coach then had a Plan B pill DoorDash to the school offices, which was gossiped about. Now, the cause of the arrest, folks online allege Sharon went to confront Paige and threatened to kill her and himself because of the events that have transpired. Damn, man. Mm-hmm. That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
So why would you DoorDash Plan B to your job where you're the first Black head coach of a very prominent school? Like someone's not going to tell. Like I'd be nervous. You don't DoorDash Plan B.
Yeah, yeah. But it also speaks volumes on how amazing DoorDash is, because I remember when it was just late night snacks.
That's true. The fact that DoorDash went and picked up that DoorDash driver, honestly, is a champ. Like they went and picked up that Plan B. And somehow now the DoorDash driver could have been the gossip. DoorDash driver could have been like, yo, I dropped off the Plan B at Miss Shivers or Paige Shivers' place. I was reading about this because I thought this story was wild, and some people refer to this potentially being like an open secret on campus. And one of the things that they talked about is like when she got promoted to executive assistant, which her pay went up by like 50%,
Whoa.
which sounds like a lot. That sounds like a pretty significant increase, but she might have already been connected at that point. People aren't really sure.
This doesn't look good for DoorDash because, like, to know that, like doctors, pharmacists, like you would think that DoorDashers would like have to not really tell people your business of what you order. Think about like, you might want to order something like, some lube or something. Like, do you want the DoorDash person to kind of blow up the spot and like put it out there that a side dish host was like ordering a whole bunch of lube and baby oil and like, you know what I mean? Strawberries and.
Well, you're not talking about DoorDash guy, are you?
Huh?
What?
Yeah.
That's why you gotta have an alias on DoorDash, like Gary with the T.
Yeah, Gary with the T. And the other thing is like we need discretion from our DoorDash. Like I don't care what I'm ordering. I don't need you to be telling anybody.
It's none of your business. Like,
but
that's
the dope. Okay, I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
I had an incomplete thought anyways. It was my Tourette's.
No, but have you ever ordered something from DoorDash and it was incomplete and then you got the refund? So just imagine like you ordered a plan B and like, I don't know, the plan B didn't work. And like what is the window of time in which you could like, try to still get that full refund? Because I don't even know how much plan B costs.
Hold on. Hey.
Uh-oh.
How much does plan B cost? $49.99.
That's not bad.
Like the fact that she just knew that off top and was just ready, like you had like in-house Siri.
Hey, okay,
right there.
I want to present a crazy idea. Let me present a crazy idea here real quick. So the coach is in trouble with the school because their policies are like, hey, no intermingling with staff, like no romantic relationships on staff or whatever. And just hear me out for a second. What business is it of theirs? What business is it of theirs what two consenting adults do on their own free time? If you're out there throwing it down on the football field in the middle of the night, okay, that's one thing. If they're hunching in the coach's office, that's another thing. For all we know, this could have been a consensual scenario between the coach and his wife and her. I know that could have been. And so what business is the universities or any other companies, what relationships people are having?
That's true.
That's how I felt about Amy and
Roback and TJ Holmes.
Yeah, like were they reading the prompter properly? Were they at work on time? Were they coming back from lunch on time? All the things. And if the answer was yes to those things, let them people be.
I hated that they made such a big deal out of that. Like, and they're still together, so it wasn't like a fling. Like it was something that they're dying on that hill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just feel like that's kind of messed up.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing, Big Sis Chris here in the comments says, because ish like this happens. This is embarrassing, without a doubt. It doesn't look good on the school. I get it. You wouldn't want that on your company. But that's also like the reason we're talking about it is because he got fired. Like if he hadn't gotten fired and if he hadn't been worried for his job, we might not have even known about this at all. It might have just been kept local, Now, granted, if it spills out into some drama, like if his wife shows up and slaps the snot off of him on the sidelines, that's an issue. But if everybody can behave and be adults, I don't know what business it is of the.
If that happened in the middle of the game, I definitely would watch every game from then on out just to see what happens. And like the crazy thing, this is the first black coach in 144 years of that particular like university.
And the $12 million like come up, the win, all that work he did to get to that point, to lose it over a young chick you had raw dog with, and that happened. That's all his fault.
Yeah. Maybe they could be the Michigan Raw Dogs. Or the Michigan Plan Bs. There's a sponsorship on it today. Plan B Stadium. Okay, speaking on Plan B, moving on back to the Diddy documentary. Guys, it was so crazy. Happy birthday, Tanner. It's not my birthday. Sorry, that was a comment. Moving on. Okay, so almost 22 million people watched Netflix's Sean Combs' The Reckoning. A lot of us still got a lot of questions, like how did the producers get that footage of Diddy days, just days before his arrest. And did anyone actually speak to Cassie? Well, now we've got answers to both of those questions. A videographer, Oberleaves, who was working for and with Diddy on a documentary, says there was no issue of non-payment between him and Diddy. Remember, there's a light storyline of like, maybe Diddy didn't pay, and so that footage got sold to Diddy. This guy says that's not him and Diddy. The footage in the Reckoning documentary was shot by someone who covered for this guy while he was out of state. He also says, quote, taking footage intended for our project to advance a narrative that was not our own is both unethical and unacceptable, end quote. And then one other thing real quick is it does seem that 50 Cent did speak with Cassie as this documentary was being put together. Here's a little video about that.
Going to understand it. You can interview her following that, and I'll do the interview with her. I'll make sure I put it together. Yeah, because I had communications with her, to understand it, what's going on. And even though she's not in the docuseries, it was important I spoke to her to understand how things transpired. The husband, I spoke to him away from her, separate individual communications, and then see, things kind of match up. Like when people say things, I go, "Oh, okay, I hear what you said," but when you hear things multiple times from people, different people, it kind of rings true to you.
He looks like AI right there, doesn't he? A little bit, like his head looked like it looks a little fake. Okay, he's thorough.
Very. I almost feel like the substitute videographer's name was Jerdis Caxon. who just happened to be at the right place at the right time. Oh no, I'm not 50 Cent. My hat is on backwards. I'm wearing glasses like Clark Kent. Right?
So let me hit you with this. I got on 50's Instagram account today, and I was just like killing some time earlier, and someone had posted a video where they were talking about the whole documentary, and they put out a theory that they think that he has even more footage and that he potentially is going to have a whole second part of this that might release. Now, this is all alleged. None of this is confirmed. This is people talking on Instagram. But 50 posted something to his own account that sort of, in a strange way, addresses this, talking about how he does seem to have these interviews and that he did get some of these other victims on camera. And so I think he might be secretly sitting on a whole other docuseries about this.
Allegedly he said something similar to that on the Sherry Shepherd show. I hope so. When I tell you I went through all 4 episodes in one city and then went back and watched it again, I want more. And now that he got everyone talking, imagine if he got 22 million out the gate on that one, I'm sure there's more, because there was so many more things he could have covered. And now that it's come out, I bet you more people kind of want to talk, it's so good though. There's a lot of other areas he could have delved into and got into.
And when you think about the people that he didn't get a chance to talk to, because imagine getting Kid Cudi's side of the story the night he went in the house and Diddy was there like a arch villain, with his Christmas presents all torn open, and you didn't even have Gene Deal on there. Who has been talking even before there was a documentary to platforms like Art of Dialogue, Vlad TV, and more. So there's so many stones that are
Biggie's mom. They could have got Biggie's mom on there. That would have been great.
You can't anymore. She passed.
Oh, well, that's why she wasn't on there. My bad. Yeah. Sorry, I thought she was still with us.
No problem. So somewhere in his post today, and it was like a montage of videos. I watched it early this morning, but it's basically somebody made the comment about how it's realistically, Puff's only looking at a couple years because time served, 50 months. He was already in for a year, then 50 months. He's probably not going to do the whole term because he's going to be a good inmate. And somebody made the idea that 50 Cent has enough that when they show it to the court that they could extend his sentence, and which would be a whole new trial. But to me, this would be the most outstanding bodying. If you'd have told me the guy who said he was going to take us to the candy shop would produce a documentary that would put a rival artist in prison forever, I would have said you're crazy.
And they got some personal beef though, after Diddy had his baby with Daphne Joy, and then 50 Diddy went ahead and dated her, and then they say that he got her into that trafficking allegedly, he kind of had his way with her, and I'm sure he's mad about that or irritated. That can't feel good, and they were supposedly boys back in the day. And then he's pissed off about Diddy kind of little boying him, want to take him shopping. You know?
You can't take the man who made candy shop to the candy shop. You know, like
No.
yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Well, it's time to go running to the comments.
That laugh always takes me out.
It's so
Now,
yeah.
we are 2 weeks away from Christmas, and Jada Pinkett Smith revealed her very stylized Christmas tree, and the internet doesn't know how to feel. She posted her tree with the caption, "This year will be a very velvety Christmas." Check it out.
Oh, that's a oh.
Very interesting. I
I
was like,
thought this
Okay.
was a dress at first.
like, who's this tall woman? And then it just kept going, getting narrow.
Oh, wow, that's weird. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like something I would Melania might do because she just is anti-Christmas. She's put some red stuff everywhere. Shout out to Russia. Someone here with we wrote Santa's slate to the comments where folks said this. Somebody's gonna wear this to the Met Gala. Something about that tree is freaky as hell. Someone said I actually love it. Sis don't have babies. Santa Claus ain't real and she's rich. I think it's perfect. Oh, okay. Someone said she's hiding August under that tree.
Wow. Holy moly.
I definitely thought it was like a weird way to like soft launch the Red Table Talk, and maybe like it'll pop off with like a Christmas Eve episode, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And rolled into that, but who knows?
This
they bring
is
Yeah, they should bring it back.
Yeah, they should absolutely bring Red Table Talk back. This to me is like the epitome of what people do in the suburbs when they got too much money. Is like down the street and the country club or wherever they're living, up the hill next to the H and the Hollywood sign, like somebody has some extravagant tree. So next year, everybody on the block got to have their own different extravagant tree. This looks like it was made out of yarn from a Dr. Seuss book.
It's not ugly. It's just weird. It's not
Yeah.
ugly. I've seen worse stuff, like I said, in the White House, the stuff that they've done with that situation.
See,
like
when you
that.
see it pulled back like this, it looks like a big ass wizard's hat.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, like it's giving like very eyes wide shut. You know, like if you say like a word backwards 3 times, an entity will appear that will provide your family 3 decades worth of prosperity. Like it seems very ritualistic.
Yes, yeah.
What? There's rituals in Hollywood?
Pray tell.
Wow. I don't know.
That's what stopped me from getting to the next level.
Ah, yes. You got to go behind the green door.
I'm too lazy.
Well, off the break we go, and y'all can pray to whoever deity you like. But when we come back, man, we're talking Joy Reid versus Stephen A. Smith and more. We'll see y'all in 2.
My bad, said Big.
welcome back, and also happy birthday to the Matadopodus in the side dish chat, man. Love that, man. So Joy Reid popped up in the timeline with a hot take about one of sports media's most loud and provocative voices, and now everyone is reacting like they just saw a spoiler for the season finale of their favorite show. Take a look.
What did he say about your show? And then you had to respond.
He said I got fired for ratings, and I'm like, excuse me, sir. You got $100 million for a show with half my ratings at my worst. I had to literally Google his numbers. I'm like, how many people listen to the show? Is it like 4 million people? Oh, wait, it's like, what, 500,000 people? Dude, that's like average CNN. That's not that high. They're paying you not for your numbers, my friend. They're paying you because you are willing to say the nasty things about Black people that they want to say. You're willing to take their denigration of Black women and put it in the mouth of a Negro. And because you're willing to put the denigration of Black women in particular into a Negro's mouth, you now think that, oh, I must be a freaking political genius. But just be clear, you're not being paid for your numbers. You're being paid for what you're willing to do to us for white people's entertainment.
Damn, she should have said that over the ether or hit 'em up beat, because she was spitting. So do you agree with Joy about Stephen A being a paid op, or you think he just rubs people the wrong way and that's why people are so polarized towards him?
Both. And she's not lying. So her ratings were 1.4 million, right, at the height. And it dropped down allegedly to about 1 million, which, like she said, was still double of Stephen A. Smith's ratings on a good night. So I don't think he should have came for her about the ratings. Things changed politically when Trump got in office, and he was making phone calls to the heads of these networks and getting Black people kicked off the air. And that's a fact. A lot of these companies that do look like they're left-leaning are usually owned by right-wing billionaires. So it wasn't because of her numbers, because if it was about numbers, you wouldn't have a show, Stephen A. Smith, and she would have 2 of your shows. Yeah, put me on the remix. Let's get on that.
Bars. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I'm trying to, like, she's talking about ESPN specifically, right? Which is like owned by Disney.
Yeah.
Actually.
20 million. And she was getting, I think, a couple million. I know Rachel, I think she's getting 2 or 3 million. I think Rachel Maddow gets like 30 million for like once a week. Like the discrepancy, the difference in pay is just crazy when it comes to Black and white. And then he gets all that money. But she's right. He does get paid for that. If you as a Black person in media want to make a lot of money, go to the right and disparage your own people. Jason Whitlock figured that out. Stephen A. Smith was we thought he was left-leaning, but he just started all of a sudden coming for Black women. And I'm disappointed in him. Once upon a time, I had a fundraiser for Melissa Ford when she got in a car accident, and he was one of the main people that donated. I think he was the top donor in her GoFundMe. And I thought that was really nice of him. Like, I was like, oh, he's an ally and supporter of Black women. But ever since, I don't know, the last few years, he's been really kind of being a little just extra aggressive when it comes to rebutting Black women. And I don't really see him have the same energy for brothers in politics.
Well, I think he pops off at a lot of people. I mean, and granted, like, like the thing that you're the closest connected to as a Black woman, you're going to definitely notice that more. And like, and I'm not a ESPN watching individual ever. It has to be on wherever I show up, right? But I know I've seen him come at LeBron, which, yes. Like, well, actually, it was more so in a space too, where like LeBron came back at him as well. But I think people get to a point where they realize that crashing out and saying the crazy things will get me more attention than not crashing out and saying the crazy things. And we are a group of people that, like, when a rock gets thrown in our direction, we're always going to say something back. And I think he plays that game understanding that we'll react back and play the game with them. You know what I mean? Like, if the ratings are bad, okay, he tries to make up for it in the social media space. And
I understand
it's a tactic.
I understand him coming for LeBron because that is his lane. He all of a sudden got into the lane of politics on the backs of Black women. It felt like you didn't say nothing about politics, a very little, like here and there, very spotty. But since it's been Kamala Harris at the top of the ticket, now Joy Reid, Jasmine Crockett, like he's referring to them like kind of ghetto. Like he has come for people in sports, and I get that because that's his lane. But I guess coming out of your lane, it seems like you're overextending yourself in an area that is not your area of expertise. And I don't care what anyone says. The idea that Stephen A. Smith will be the Democratic nominee moving forward is absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry, Tan. I didn't mean to like talk so much, but
No. I was just with you. Don't owe me no apology. I was with you on. He's not. Listen, this man is not going to be the nominee for nothing. I think part of what's happening is, first off, I love her. I think Joy Reid's 100% correct. I think part of what's happening is he's stepping outside of that lane a little bit, and there are people who have these inherently negative opinions, those racist and prejudice. What's how am I'm saying it? Prejudice. Good gosh, these prejudiced opinions that they hold and that they think are true and real, and those people look like me. Those people are my cousins, and then they see those words come out of Stephen A. Smith's mouth, and they go, oh yeah, well, he says it too, it must be true. And then they go find him and they follow him on social media, and then they go and they subscribe to his podcast. And so I'm positive that as he is cha about and weighed in on these things, again, like you mentioned, Claudia, that he's not an expert on, that his social following has grown as a result of that. And I'm positive that it has grown with people whom I would bet that he could not rely on, if that makes sense.
He make people like Stephen A. Smith, Jason Whitlock, Candace Owens, Tim Scott with all those gums, Byron Donaldson down in Florida. You guys all are coons, and you make white racist people feel good about their racism because a black person said. I got into an argument on a plane because this white woman next to me tried to tell me that racism was over because her friend Tim Scott said there was no racism, and then we both started pulling out our phones, recording each other, and she was like trying to text her friend, "Oh, this girl Claudia." I was like, "Girl, go on with that." Like, your friend is just is making you feel comfortable with saying the things that you say and think out loud, because when a black person does it, you can say, well, they even said it. That's all that is, Stephen. And I'm disappointed in you because you are one of the very bold voices out there. As a black man, you're loud. You have a lot of eyeballs on you. And it would be better served to kind of be more protective over black women that get attacked enough from the other side than for you to be on that bandwagon. It's never going to happen. You're not going to be the nominee for any of that. I don't want to be on some shut up and dribble type thing, but kind of.
Nah, talk that talk, yo.
All right. Oh, God, another one. Jesus Christ. Blueface. Back in the timeline with big boots and big talk, and this time he's dropping boxing challenges instead of verses. Now, after getting released from prison, the star, who wrote that? As his sights set on stepping into the ring with one of celebrity boxing's most controversial figures. Guess who?
Not box again. Got to.
Hell yeah, man.
Got to, bro.
You got Jake Paul fight, man.
That was lit.
Bad on. You got Jake Paul fight, man.
That'd be fire.
Tire off that.
Hell yeah.
I heard you had that bag. I'm ready and I got it. With these right here.
That'd be a good ass fight.
Come on, man.
How much you waiting on?
It might be so good he ain't want to take it. I might have to lose him right there. I'm like 225 right now. I weighed myself today. I was like 100 kilograms.
That's 225?
Yeah,
No.
A little under 230.
I think that's like
yeah.
weight.
Yeah, he's not fighting at that weight though, you know?
Yeah.
He probably fighting at like 190, 200, 205.
Okay, this man went to prison and came out with even more confidence than he went in.
I will say I watched his earlier fights. You know, this is like before he went to jail, and none of the fights with Krishan because those don't count. But I watched him like in a influencer fight, and I was actually impressed with how good he was. Is he good enough to? Is he good enough to beat Jake Paul? No. I don't think so. Jake Paul done figured it out between point A and point B. If this was 3 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, Blueface washing Jake Paul. Like, Jake Paul is probably somewhere like doing a low-dose ayahuasca treatment on himself and training, getting ready for Anthony Joshua. Like, he's had to constantly train for like higher comp. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you're fighting dudes on the street and, protecting yourself in prison. You know what I mean? I would like to see him fight somebody else before he steps up to the ranks of like a Jake Paul, who's been fighting like low key professionally now.
Tanner, what do you think?
So on the Jake Paul side of it, I was a Jake Paul hater. And I thought he was a joke. I thought that, you know, he was bad for the sport of boxing. At this point in time, I think Jake Paul might be the best thing for the sport of boxing, except for, of course, the GOAT, Clarissa Shields. And the thing is like Jake Paul, I think personally, has found a purpose in boxing that he did not find in any of the other shenanigan-oriented areas of his life. And that's why I think he's going to continue to take bigger and more legitimate professional fights. Now, I didn't watch Blueface's fights, but if he hasn't been in the ring for, like HK, you said it was like 3 years ago. How long ago?
Something like that, yeah.
If he hasn't been in the ring and he hasn't been training, and I don't mean a couple times a week, I mean, the fight game is serious. A lot of people think they can fight, but they're shocked when they step into the ring with a real fighter. And I think that's the scenario he would be looking at now is, yeah, sure, take a couple warm-up fights. And if you beat the brakes off of some guys who train multiple days a week, every single day, then maybe Jake Paul will come around and box you, but I don't think so. I think Jake Paul's already on another level. I don't think he's coming back.
How about before you get in the ring with some men, have a definitive win against Krishan? Because she was kind of getting with you. Like, it wasn't really, a clear victory when y'all were fighting. Not that I'm advocating men fighting women, but when they were fighting, she was kind of getting, I think she blackened that eye a few times. And if you're a boxer, you got any kind of boxing skills, I would think you wouldn't be able to let a girl that's like 5'4", like be able to reach and get to your face like that. I don't know. I'll bet on that fight.
Yeah, you gotta get through Clarissa before you can get to Jake Paul.
So Krishan first, then Clarissa, and then Jake Paul.
And good luck with Clarissa, because she's not joking. Somebody who is joking though, Miss Pat. She's out here proving that a meet and greet with her is not your average smile for the camera moment. It's a full-on comedy special, no breaks, no time off. Check out her unfiltered, off-the-cuff responses that, you know what, only Miss Pat can get away with.
Nails and meals. My nails, I do nails. You gonna rub them on him? You a lesbian? Yeah. Dang. I thought you was construction, right? 61 today. 61? Yes, ma'am. Go home and get on that little pole for your husband. You can't hold on to the pole, just hold on to your cane. I said it's past my best friend. She don't even know it. Well, I'm glad I'm your best friend. You want to go steal in that Walmart? Huh? You know how to shoplift? Oh, no. Your ass don't know how to get out. You ain't my best friend. You pregnant? No, man. Well, then pull your pants up. You gonna be mad as hell. You got all your gut and hanging out. Come on, you gonna be like, Miss Pat, me up. You don't have a man? No. Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. No. Got a woman? Would you stop trying to the customers, man? What the is wrong with you? She got 3 kids. She don't want you eating on her and I mean, you don't. Oh, aggressive ass security. Security's trying to eat everybody. God dang.
Wow.
She's one of the people who just naturally got it. You know what I mean? Like, you just laugh because she's in the room and she's so observant, man. I love Miss Pat.
I love her. I would love that would be fun. Like, if you have a good sense of humor, you don't take yourself too seriously. I think that'd be fun to go to the meet and greet and have her like roast you a little bit. I think I love her. Miss Pat, you watching? You're hilarious. I F's with you. I really do.
I love a good roasting. I love it when people roast me in the comments. I get a big kick out of that. Miss Pat has that ability. Some people have that innate ability to say the thing that everyone is thinking, sometimes even before they realize they're thinking it. And that's like the all-time, I don't know. To me, it's like those people never lose. They're always
her and Drewski, top of the game when it comes to that kind of stuff, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, like, yo, they're both of there because they're so observant. Like, it's one thing to just sit there and pen the things, but to be able to just have an eye for what's funny in the moment, be able to stick the landing every time, it's a rare fire skill. And they both deserve to get way more credit than they get, man. Shout out Miss Pat, shout out Drewski, for real, for real.
Yeah, out here throwing comedic darts. We got to throw a quick commercial break, though. We're going to be back in 2 minutes. What are we talking about? Liangelo Ball. We got all kinds of stuff going on. We'll see you guys in 2.
That's the one with swerving on the corner.
Welcome back, everyone. Remember last week when I talked about Rashida Nicole apologizing to Miss Nikkii Baby after their shared baby daddy? Well, baller and rapper Liangelo Ball left Rashida for another woman. The same thing he did to Miss Nikkii Baby last year. Well, Liangelo is finally speaking out about the messy situation, and what he says might shock you. Take a look.
What happened initially with Nikkii? Would you removed yourself and moved into a different area before?
Why? That's
what the world wants.
We was going like not agreeing on type. Like she wanted me to live in Porter Ranch. I wanted her to live on my like just like stuff like that. Like no, like grown up. I guess. If I could redo it, I would. I'd have whooped my own ass for real. Like I'd have stayed there. Nikkii called me. Like I told her straight up. Like nigga, I was tweaking. I ain't got no excuse for that or nothing.
How did the marriage happen?
She like, we gonna get married, we gonna do all this. I'm like, nigga.
Well, how did you end up doing that? How did you end up in the courtroom though, brother? Cause like
she drove me there. I'm out there about to cry in the whip. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling her like I don't want to get married. I don't want to do none of this. But then I was like, I'm doing it though, and I did not understand. To be honest, I don't like her ass. Like to keep it a band. It's just like,
how the hell did that happen?
How that? I don't know. I don't know how to answer.
She put that fire on you, boy.
Well, Rashida heard what her estranged hubby Jello said about her and clocked his tea with his clapback. Now, if you don't like me, laugh emoji, you didn't like her either, boy. Meanwhile, you out here moving other females in a whole nother house. You are literally full of it, and it's disgusting. All right, y'all. You think Liangelo watched Let Claudia Cook and realized the grass isn't always greener on the other side? What you think?
Oh, it's very possible. And then also the court of public opinion also always chiming in the comments and whatnot. You know what I mean? Swaying you a certain way. He's too young with too many options, man. And not enough people to like kind of help guide him correctly.
These kind of men are scary because like they probably love bomb you, and the women probably think, damn, like he's really coming for me. He means it. And like when men don't usually like rush to get married. So when they do, like that's like a dream. We're raised since we're little girls to like wait for that day, you know? So when it happens and then he just leaves you, then goes to another woman within 4 months, that's insane. Tana, what you think about this?
I think getting married in 4 months is a red flag. That's me personally. And I think and Claudia, I know you got the marriage that went quick, you know. I feel like that's just too soon. I'm not saying that it can't happen and work out. It just feels to me it's like we already know divorce is at like 50% or a little higher regardless. I'm pretty sure that ratchets it up a little bit. It's so tricky to me because like I kind of fall in the same camp as HK on this. It's like should not somebody somewhere should provide some kind of guidance. Like I don't understand how this happens. Like I understand, yeah, lots of money, the NBA, you're young, and everywhere you go, probably lots and lots of women are throwing themselves at you. But to wind up in like a marriage, in and out of a marriage, like that could tie up all of your finances for like that part's just not even economically smart. You're not even thinking ahead 6 months. I'm confused.
Well, it seems like he has like the structural fortitude of a windsock and is easily impressionable and pushed into a direction. I think, you know, when you hear about the 4-month marriage, that was because that woman was pregnant. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. So probably like some people got in his ear, like, do the right thing, boy. And he's like, okay. And he did it. Then realized, he doesn't want to be tied down right now. And he just did it to get along, which also goes back into a deeper thing, man. You just can't be going convertible, top down, raw dog, brawless, lawless. And all of these people, man, it's going to cost you. You got the money now, but what happens when you're 37, 47? You know what I mean? Like, you know, and you don't have the same means you have now. You're going to be mad.
And the psychological toll, like I want to speak from a woman's point of view, like the psychological toll in the bodies, not physically and mentally, that you're leaving, like this trail of bodies and broken hearts, you know, and then it's like more women that have been broken, and the next man comes along, a good guy, and you probably don't want to shun him because of what the last one did. It just makes it like, it's just part of like a bigger horrific cycle. It's horrible. Like figure out, he's not a leader. He's not husband material right now. Not saying he can't be, but he has some growing up to do because those decisions. And I got married after like a couple months, you know what I mean? And that was stupid. I was 30 something years old, whatever. Looking back, I won't repeat that again. Like I have to know you when things are bad and good. It seems like he's very impulsive and just goes with what he feels in the moment, which is very dangerous to have that person leading your households and being a father to your children, because that's someone that's not putting a lot of thought into things. He's just kind of going with his feeling that day. On any given Sunday, I might change my mind.
Yeah.
Ugh, why do y'all get with leave good women for women you don't even like though? You don't. That's just new coochie. It was just new coochie. It seems like, and he got another one now.
Oh.
I'm okay.
People like that new car smell.
Yeah, he's gonna learn until he's gonna keep repeating until he's itching in all the wrong places. Moving on. We all know the economy is something else right now. Folks are out here taking risks, being more flexible, saying yes to jobs that they would have side-eyed maybe a few years ago. Take Daniel for example, and I'm not talking about damn Daniel. This is Daniel in design on TikTok. He took a job here in Atlanta because he had trouble finding work in Philadelphia. So now he commutes Philly to Atlanta every single day. I'm tired just from talking about it. Check out what he actually does.
Just like that.
Whoa.
So in the caption of that video, he explains that if he has it all planned up right, the lifestyle works for him. He doesn't own a car, so he doesn't have that expense. He's single with no kids, but still, this feels like a crazy commute, right?
Big time. And what is the nature of the work he does? I have so many questions. I know drug dealers, they don't travel that much.
Yeah, they don't, from what I remember. Oh yeah. That is insane. But he's a work like that, like who put in the work, but he amassed a huge empire. Tom Joyner. Have you ever seen the documentary in his life? Like he would go from Dallas to what was it, Chicago? I think?
Chicago every day, the fly jock.
But I mean, look how much money he's worth. But damn, I wonder what this job pays. That is a lot. They say to live comfortably in Philly, a single person needs to make between $86,000 to $93,000 a year. Atlanta, which is over $100,000 a year. Damn, Atlanta used to be able to like get a place. COVID really messed up Atlanta with the rents. Everybody snatched up the homes and the apartments and Airbnb. And damn.
I will say this about a cost of living in Atlanta, because a few years ago I moved from LA here to Atlanta, and Atlanta's got a lower cost of living than LA for sure. And I'm in an apartment now. I'd love to buy, but that might be down the road for me. There's like just an apartment maybe 20 minutes south of me is like almost half the price of the one that I'm living in now. And so it's like you can still find deals in Atlanta. You got to look a little harder for them. But I'm just like, Daniel, if you're watching right now, just make the move. Make the move. If you are committed to the career opportunity here in Atlanta, I feel like making that full move and committing to it is just going to bless you even further. I feel like you got raises coming your way, new career opportunities coming your way, because clearly you're putting in the work to get it.
He's dedicated, and I think our crime rate is comparable to Philly. You might have to dig a little deep to find a Philly cheesesteak place you like. We don't have the same steps that they have at the library, but we do have a whole entire mountain called Stone Mountain.
And a lot of strip clubs, and you have like the best. You have great lemon pepper wings, strip club wings. What's the longest commute you guys have ever done?
For work, man, I'm spoiled, man. Like you don't want to hear from me. like I've never been in a situation where I had to drive more than 30 minutes to go to work. I've just been very lucky in that regard, man. Like I think I had a longer commute going to school. When I was going to this one school I wasn't supposed to go to. I just wanted to go there because my friends went. I'd walk a mile every day to go to the bus stop, and that took about a strong like 20, 25 minutes. But it was still under 30.
In 2019, I saw Mike Hill on Fox Soul, and I swear I spoke into existence. I was like, oh my God, I wish they had a show like that in Dallas. I would love to do a show like that. And anyways, my radio job ended on a Monday, and I just flew to LA to try out on this other show. And while I was there, Mike Hill called me and said, can you sub for me on Fox Soul? And by that Friday, James DeBose said, we need you back here on Monday. I said, I live in Dallas. He said, figure it out. So I was commuting back and forth from Dallas on my dime to LA to show I really wanted this job and putting myself up in hotels. And then COVID hit and they said, do it from home. And then everything blew up and I had the top 2 shows on the network and the rest is history. But like I showed my dedication and I was willing to kind of, sometimes you got to show your sacrifice. You're willing to do that. And then you have a bigger reward. And I definitely I was getting a cute check.
There you go. Listen up, Daniel. You could be like Claudia. Keep a job, Jordan. We could be like, damn, Daniel getting paid. Love that.
I'm so rich now.
Sipping champagne on camera. Look at it go.
That's true.
Real life Siri, right? Wherever you go, all the things, man. Well, off the break we go, man. We come back, man. We blasting y'all with the question of the day. And this time we taking y'all to the club, man. We'll tell you about that coming up in 2 minutes. Welcome back, fam. It's time for the question of the day. Now check this out, right? You at the club, the music is loud, the drinks are expensive, and suddenly you look around and think, wait, am I too old to be in here, or are they just too young? So do y'all feel like there's an age when you got to cut the clubbing out of your daily activities or weekly activities? Or maybe you should just change up the type of clubs you're going to. What say you?
I've definitely been here before because I feel like I look a little younger than I really am. So I go but then when I get there, I'm like, oh my God, this is really annoying. And yeah, what will the age be? It depends. Certain cities, I think New York is friendlier to an older club goer. LA is definitely a younger scene where you feel it's kind of like you're washed at like 30 in the clubs in LA. 30, you feel really old out there, like you feel really stupid. But yeah, certain depends on the city. But I don't really go to clubs. It's a special occasion for me.
Look, I can't listen. The only club I can handle anymore is Club Med. I struggle with anything harder than Club Soda. I am already in that scenario where I can handle a place, but when they get too packed, because young people's clubs are packed, you know what I'm saying? And if I got somebody standing on me, shoulder here and shoulder here, that's too much. I got to get out of there. It's too much for me. I don't mind. I will pay more to get into a place with less people.
I'm with that.
I know I'm getting old.
Yeah, because like there was something about being younger. You want to be in the most packed, most live, hottest spot in the city, and now you don't want nobody stepping on your sneakers. And I've been on that kind of time most of my life. I was clubbing so young because I had facial hair at 12 that I was over it by the time I was 23. I was I was burnt out.
Really?
And I'm very intentional about the type of events I show up to. If you know Atlanta well, the only club you would normally find me at, on some just regular club MJQ, the old MJQ. I haven't been to the new one yet. But because the vibe, the music, people actually dance. You have a good time. Your phone didn't work when you went in that basement, so you could focus on the fun. And these new parties, man, people be taking selfies and just I'm in the club, look at me. No, enjoy being in the club, dance.
I was in New York at a day party and I was having a good time with my friends, and all of a sudden somebody started shaking a champagne bottle and spraying, and it messed my phone up, and I was like, I'm too old for this shit. I'm out of here. I was so mad. And when you start saying the music's too loud, when I go to restaurants and I'm like, oh, it's too loud in here. I need to be able to hear your conversation. You got to get your ass out of it. You're too old.
Oh, so for me, it got to be where if we were driving around looking for some place, we're kind of trying to go out or whatever, it got to be where if I saw the line outside the door, that used to be, when you're young, you're like, oh, that's the spot I want to go. That's where everybody is. But now I drive by there and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. And then Claudia, talking about, my thing is restaurants are already too dark for me. I just regular restaurant. I'm over here I can't read your menu, and I'm that's what I got to get the glasses for.
Yes.
So I'm just it's all terrible. But I do love a little daytime party, a little day drinking scenario.
Yeah. Can you believe we used to I don't know if you guys used to go in New York. I'm sure Headkrack you did, but you would literally get ready and go out at 1 a.m. And now I'm wrapping it up at 10:30. I'm like, all right, let me get back home so I can watch Rachel Maddow. And maybe I can catch a little Animal Kingdom or some a Dateline or something on cable. Man. But I'm glad
those cities, Claudia, that you could go to and see people walking in the street with their shoes in their hand at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. because the club just let out. You have to be a different type of animal to do that. And sometimes it doesn't happen a lot, but every now and then I have those moments where I got to take a nap because I got to go do something at midnight. And when you got to do that regularly, it's almost time to wrap it up being just find yourself an eternal day party or create your own.
Yeah.
You don't gotta take a nap to go do something that start at 2 p.m.
How did we go out 2 nights in a row and drink? How? I could never. I'm gonna be feeling this little champagne with pineapple juice tomorrow, and you see I just been sipping on it. How do we do
that? Different time, man. Different time.
Well, all three of us old biddies have to take a little 2-minute siesta just so we can keep doing this show. We're all so tired. We're going to be back with everybody's favorite game, Whose Cousin Is It? We'll see you in 2.
I think I might make a... right, y'all. It's time for everybody's favorite game. Whose cousin is it? All right, y'all. Today's Whose Cousin Is It comes straight out of Providence College, where a party got way too lit and folks were out like a light, but not in a fun way.
All right, police say 7 Rhode Island students overdosed at an off-campus party where 4 were literally found passed out on the lawn. Now, everybody had to get Narcan and head to the hospital, but thankfully, they're all okay now.
Okay, turns out the party favors, quote unquote, came from 3 non-students who allegedly supplied the drugs. Police searched their spot and found 20 grams of fentanyl, $1,700 in cash, 2 rifles, 3 handguns, including a ghost gun. Boo.
All 3 were arrested facing drug and gun charges, and the college is launching an investigation as well. So, all right, y'all. Whose cousin is it?
Fun facts. Your co-host and friend here is a former Miss Rhode Island teen and Miss Rhode Island USA 1997. I represented the fine state of Rhode Island. I know lots about it. 34 miles across, 47 up and down. Very under 1 million people. Our population, we don't have a lot of our cousins there, but it is college, so it could have been some import. I do say, even with that Providence College, right by my mother's house, it's hood adjacent, but they can't. I'm going Tanner's cousin and maybe a little foreign twist to it, a little Habibi maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So are we talking about a group of 7 people here? Is that, or are we just talking about the 3 people, the 3 arrested people?
I think the 3 arrested people.
Ooh, those could be the black friends.
Yeah.
I'm definitely feeling a mix of flavors. One of my cousins, maybe, and Claudia, maybe one of your cousins, you know, one of HK's cousins, because you're educating me about Rhode Island. I know more about
only
Rhode Island
black
now
people at University of Rhode Island are on the basketball team, and basketball players are not, for the most part, men. No, I'm just saying.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go my cousins and maybe one wild Albanian, because they weren't students, right? They were there using it as a business opportunity to up their financial ante. The guns, that's what did it for me. So I'm going to go with my cousin.
Oh, yeah. So we're talking about people like gave them the supplies. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'm still going others foreign.
Callie Stack is a United Nations cousin. All right. Well, 3, 2, 1. Move that van.
Hey!
That wild Albanian on the left.
Patrick Patterson.
Kimmerly Semino.
Kimmer Cherie. Kim Cherie. Kim Carew.
The white boys that we do have that are kind of like the John B looking kind of white boys. We have a lot of that. And then we have like the preppy types. But that's exactly the mix. Like, yes. Yeah. We finished the semi almost a week pretty strong, I think.
I'm calling that one a success. I feel like we got that one.
We got that one, right?
Yeah. In some way or another. Yeah, I think so. Because the guy on the right, was he our cousin or was he Dominican? I don't know. Argue about it in the chat, y'all. Y'all have an amazing rest of y'all Thursday. We'll see y'all tomorrow for the second half of 48 Hour Friday. Hit like, hit subscribe, all that.
We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Finish your drink, Claudia. Finish it.